This is a KREM 2 Weather Impact Alert.
Hello there, my name's Thomas Patrick, meteorologist for KREM 2 News, and welcome to this KREM 2 Plus exclusive live stream for our Weather Impact Alert Day this Wednesday. We're getting out ahead of this storm, and this Wednesday is going to be a very snowy morning for the inland northwest. It's going to make for a very snowy commute, and with it being one of our first snowfalls of the season, I want to make sure everybody gets the heads up so that way we can be prepared when we hit the roads for this Wednesday morning. And for now, the first of our winter weather alerts have been issued from the National Weather Service. I want you to focus in on this blue shade here. This is a winter storm watch for areas of northern Washington, including Omak, Chelan, and Wenatchee. Now, these cities are going to get the worst of the snow and the high snowfall totals for this Tuesday night and Wednesday overall. But this is just the first alerts to be issued for this next storm system. You see it goes until 10 p.m. on Wednesday. We will get a new batch of winter storm warnings or winter weather advisories throughout the inland northwest leading up to this event. That will likely come down Tuesday morning. So that's the first that we're watching for. By the way, Lookout Pass still under a winter weather advisory today until 6 p.m. Snoqualmie Pass still under a winter storm warning until 10 p.m. today because the snow is still in the mountains for today. But we're focused in on Wednesday morning. So here's how much snow is going to fall for the Wednesday morning hours primarily. 1 to 3 inches of snow for both Spokane and Coeur. We've got 1 to 3 inches for Pullman and Moscow. It would be more over Moscow than it would be over Pullman. But you see the higher totals to our northern areas, 2 to 6 for Sandpoint, 2 to 4 for Deer Park, even as high as 4 to 8 for Omak. The reason these numbers are a bit higher is that the snow lasts a bit longer into the afternoon, and the longer duration of snowfall you get, likely the more snow you will get overall. One of the big key factors here is how quickly the snow changes back to rain during the afternoon. And I think it'll be almost exactly at noon for Spokane. So that will be a big player in terms of how much snow falls. But for everyone, it's definitely a snow during the morning hours. Here's the big picture setup. We have an absolutely massive low pressure core that strengthens right before the storm arrives. In fact, it strengthens so quickly, this very likely could be considered a bomb cyclone, meaning that the low pressure core actually strengthens at a very fast clip in 24 hours. In fact, if you're familiar with your pressure readings, right now this computer model has it at 940 millibars, which is very low. That's like hurricane territory for low pressure cores, but that, of course, over the northwest. Now, while this is an absolutely strong storm that's off the coast, thankfully it does not move inland. Once it forms, it basically gets stuck in that exact spot. So we're going to miss what could have been a really horrific storm if that would have moved straight through Washington. Instead, we're just battered with the moisture flow that comes out of more the atmospheric river side of things here. You see actually the heavy snow over the California mountains, but obviously more focused on the inland northwest. Snow by Wednesday morning, and yes, you do see some rain for the Columbia Basin specifically. Not to worry, we'll show you that localized view of our future tracker in a moment here. But it will be a weather impact alert day for this Wednesday snowstorm. Again, one of our first snowstorms of the season. And you know how it is when we get 1 or 2 inches of snow that first time around. Sometimes it feels like some of us forget how to drive in the wintertime. Hopefully that won't be you. Hopefully that won't be me either. But just be prepared for snow driving this Wednesday morning because it's the morning commute hours that will get hit the hardest with this snowfall. It's almost centered directly around the commute hours. The snow will start after midnight on Wednesday morning and last through about noon, give or take, depending on where you're at. So here's how the storm timing goes. Again, as early as about midnight for the earliest snowfall, really should pick up by 3 a.m. in Spokane, and the heaviest snow is the later morning hours, so 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. right during that Wednesday morning commute. That is these 2 red tiles here. That's when the heaviest snow is going to fall. The key here that I mentioned earlier is that the snow does change to rain for most of the inland northwest. So that's the transition that we are going to see. Snow in the morning to rain in the afternoon. How long the snow holds out will determine ultimately how much snow in total falls. But the key here is that at this point, it really doesn't matter. It'll be snowing during the commute hours. And it doesn't matter how quickly the plows push away that snow. If the snow just keeps falling and falling, it starts to pick up and accumulate even in those tire tracks. So make sure to give yourself plenty of extra time for your morning commute, not just an extra minute or two. Make sure to get underway a lot earlier just so you can get to your destination safely. Now we take you to Future Tracker. This will be the next 2.5 days, the next 60 hours for us. Today, there actually is a chance for snow, though most of it stays over the mountains. If we do see any snowfall off of the mountains in the lower elevations, pretty insignificant. It would be nothing more than a melting snowflake. Tuesday morning, there is more snow. This is actually before the main event here. I wanted to highlight this very quickly here because this could be a dusting to up to an inch of snow. Most models are closer to about 0.1, 0.2 inches of snow. That we can deal with. That would be a dusting. Don't be caught off guard, though, by your Tuesday morning snowfall. If anything, use it as a warm-up for Wednesday morning's driving conditions, because here comes the main event. Like I said, here's about 3 a.m. Snow just starting to intrude onto Spokane County, and this is the heavy snow that will be on the way. By 6 a.m., it is clear through the metro area. So Spokane and Coeur, and of course, all of our northern areas getting blasted with that morning snowfall. This is definitely through all of Spokane County and hugging that Highway 2 corridor. Areas like Ritzville to Moses Lake, you might get a brief moment of snow in the morning, but it actually very quickly changes over to rain for you. Actually, look at these southerly winds that will warm the environment from the morning hours onwards. Now we get to about 11 a.m. This is a key moment where the snow starts to change to rain around Spokane. I have that timing at around 10 a.m. to noon is when the snow changes to rain. If it holds on past the noon hour, then we're going to start to add to our snow totals. If it changes to rain earlier, we might only end up with about an inch of snow, and then it starts to melt just as quickly as it fell in the first place. So that will be a key moment right during the noon hour. Now we get to 3 p.m. It is into the rain side of things for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Notice how our northern areas still snowing, though, and that's why these locations will get more snow overall. Most I had at around 2 to 6 inches of snow. The heaviest is actually out towards Omak because they get the snow Tuesday night, and especially for those areas closer to the Cascades. By 7 o'clock, we're starting to wind down. Still a little bit of leftover rain, snow for our northern areas, but after that, we should be finished. One final note, we're going to go over the mountain passes here. Here's live Doppler radar as of 10:15 a.m. Light mountain snowfall over North Idaho. Quite a bit heavier for the Cascades because of that onshore flow. Our next storm system is not even visible yet on our satellite view over the Pacific Ocean. It's almost out towards the international date line, so it's going to very quickly move into play. But here's what the mountain passes look like. It is snow covered over Sherman Pass, but you have a bit of a drier day today. Snoqualmie's been getting most of the snow. You can actually see the wet and slushy conditions on the road currently. Lookout Pass has been getting light snow, but road conditions very much damp. Could be slushy in places. The forecast for the mountains passes you see down below, 8 to 12 inches for Snoqualmie, mostly tomorrow, Tuesday. Sherman Pass gets most of the rain, or most of the snow on Wednesday, 8 to 12 inches as well. Not quite as much over Lookout Pass, 4 to 8 inches of snow for the mountains of North Idaho. So that should wrap us up for this weather impact day for this upcoming Wednesday. Again, just a quick reminder, we will get a little bit of some brief light snow on Tuesday, but the main event will be Wednesday morning, as that morning snow will give us about 1 to 3 inches for the Spokane area, changing back over to rain. Notice the temperatures, by the way, 32 degrees for the morning hours on Wednesday, actually warming up all the way to about 40 degrees by the afternoon. That is why we have a snow changing to rain event. So if you've seen any phone app, weather app say rain on Wednesday, it's actually highlighting the afternoon rain. That does not happen until we get about 1 to 3 inches of snow for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, up to 2 to 6 inches of snow for our northern areas. So make sure that you are well prepared for this Wednesday morning commute, because it will be snowy, icy, and slushy on the roadways. I'm meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Thanks for joining us with our KREM 2 Plus Weather Impact live stream. You can always follow me on social media at Thomas Patrick WX, and make sure to stay tuned to KREM 2 News for the latest on this dynamic and snowy forecast for this Wednesday.
This has been a KREM 2 Weather Impact Alert. Keep it right here on KREM 2 for updated weather impact information, and get immediate weather impact alerts on the KREM 2 app.